Beerzerker! Alright. So we got this icing up here. Just nice. See that? That frost on that bottle? This is Mongozo Premium Pilsener. Gluten-free, organic, fair trade. Product of Belgium. Less than 10 parts per million gluten. 5% alcohol. So, alright. I didn't realize. So it's made with water, barley malt, rice, yeast, and hops. So the barley has been deglutenized. Kinda like Dara, which was a kick-ass beer. I didn't realize that the fair trade was an issue with barley and hops, but apparently, I don't know. Is that just some bullshit to get some shelf credit? I don't know. I got to bust her nuts a little bit on that one. This is not coffee. Okay. I don't know who the hell would buy their barley from like Nigeria or something. I don't get it. Okay, they're not getting much head out of it at the beginning here, so that's interesting pour. Doesn't quite fill a Pilsner glass because it's only 330. It smells a little bit skunky even though it's in a brown bottle, so not sure what that's, just probably the hops, I guess. So there you go, it's your typical Pilsner looking beer. The head looks actually quite nice if you really look at the head's quite creamy. Wow, that is clean, but like with a weird watery, fruity, not fruity, like very like light melony type, like a melon type aftertaste. So Mongozo, right?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. If you shoot him, you'll just make him mad.
Oh, that is really smooth and like clean. It's got a really nice texture to it. It's more watery. You can have a numbing hop, kind of like a Heineken sort of thing, but
Thank you. Uncle White candy.
okay. Sorry, I had to do that. That's a clip from that's a Mongo. I was thinking Mongo like from Blazing Saddles, right? So that's a pretty awesome movie. Anyway, this head, I'm really impressed with the head on this beer. The quality's pretty good, and it was a pretty decent price. So Mongo, $3.49 each with the deposit, I guess, in there. So $3.49 was a single. You could buy them in 6 packs or something. So that's you see those nice lines with the lacing. So that's really sticking to the glass there. So um, so oddly enough, this is a really good Pilsner. And the last gluten-free beer I did, I don't know what was the last one. One of them I did was the Dara from Spain. That was another extremely good beer. It was gluten-free, made with barley that they just did something to it to take the gluten out of the barley. That was an excellent beer. Had a little bit of spice in it, but it was basically a pale lager with a little bit of clove type flavor in it or something. It was pretty good, and I don't like spiced beer or whatever, but that was good. And this one's really good too. And this one was probably cheaper. Dara was a little bit of money. Highly recommend it for the gluten intolerant. I think that the whole gluten intolerance thing is blown a little bit out of proportion, like just a little bit. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't bother some people, but it sure as hell doesn't bother me. Fucking love gluten. You ever try to bake without gluten? Yeah, there's a reason people bake with gluten, Right? Uh, man, that's pretty awesome. Look at that. This is a really good beer. It's extremely refreshing. It doesn't have quite the malt grab that you're gonna get out of some of the pilsners. It's not quite as golden and singing and biscuity as some of these other pilsners, but it's just kind of like a little bit more watery in that regard, and that's a space. It's a little hollow there, but what is hollow there is making up for it in the hops. And it's not really coming off a club soda like. It's kind of like a fresh, clean spring water type feel. So Mongozo is better than I thought it would be by about double at least. But I thought, some of these gluten-free beers, you gotta watch it because they're pretty awesome. If they're made with the deglutenized barley, they're pretty good. The ones made with like sorghum and rice, I'm not a big fan of, but or spelt, or was it sorghum or spelt or something? Hmm. So leave it up to Belgium to bring you some kind of freaky kick-ass beer, and we did, and they did. Fair trade. I don't know, because I don't see too many Canadian barley farmers like really getting taken advantage of. Well, to a certain degree, but not like where we need like help from the UN or anything. There's a shit ton of barley growing just right outside my door, so I don't know about this fair trade shit. Most of the hops are coming from what? Oregon, British Columbia, Washington. Oh, such a smooth head on that, just like whipped cream. So 7 minutes. I'm just showing off this wicked lacing here. I mean, that's just pretty killer. I'm getting a great hop burn in the aftertaste. The hops are really singing. It's got kind of a lingering kind of a burn. It's very unique. So Mongozo, I'm gonna give him 10.5 out of 11. That was a really enjoyable pilsner. It's not a conventional pilsner, so we're gonna ignore all that because it's a gluten-free. That's good for some people that actually do have celiacs. Most people are just hypochondriacs on this, but some people need this. Uh, and it's delicious. It's a good beer. It's better than 90% of the pilsners out there, probably. So I'm pretty impressed. So I don't know what I said, 10.5 or whatever. It's like a 10 to a 10.5. It's not quite a Spinal Tap, but it's really good. It's got a really good mouthfeel and aftertaste. Nothing wrong with this. Gluten intolerant people, jump on this one. It's fucking golden. So, Mongozo, Mongo Light Candy, and I'm out.